And in this 20-day period, you have a maturation where the tail can move better, and so forth. One of the new wave experimental male contraceptives prevents this process. That's one of the ones that they're testing out right now. We'll just say male contraceptive. It's experimental. You can't go out and buy it right now. Okay? So you can imagine that's a good place because the immature spermatozoa don't do very much. You need the mature spermatozoa. All right? Any questions on this point? Then what happens? You go into a bigger duct called a vas deferens. Right? It's up here. And then the vas deferens feeds all the spermatozoa. I'll bring it down here. Into a structure called the ejaculatory duct. And what feeds into the ejaculatory duct are three glands. You don't need to know what each of them do, but just together, you have the seminal vesicles. Seminal vesicle, I should say. You have the prostate gland, which, by the way, is a highly testosterone-sensitive gland that all males, if they live long enough, will get cancer of the prostate gland. That's the current thought in cancer biology. This is the one that most men, roughly my age and older, get very worried about. And then you also have what's called the bulbourethral gland. And you do not need to know what each of these guys separately do, but together they provide nutrients, sugar, enzymes, ions, some hormones, etc., into the fluid that comes out of the vas deferens. I'll put this board down in a minute. And then this goes into the urethra, then the urinary tract, and then through nerve impulses, ejaculation, you've got roughly 100 to 300 million spermatozoa coming out. Okay? It is because the overall process is continuous. One is always making these. Any questions at this point? In the back, yes. I have not heard. The question is, can you take 2 eggs and create a zygote? We'll talk about that as we get into stem cells late Friday next Monday, but I have not heard that. I know you can take a nucleus out of an egg in simians, not humans, and put another nucleus back in and get it to work. But I've not heard what you said. I'll look that up, but that's one I have not heard. Yes? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, good point. They're residing up in the ejaculatory duct. That's where they are, above the urinary tract. Very good question. Yes? It is not clear. Why is the prostate gland prone to cancer? It's a highly androgen or testosterone-sensitive tissue. And for whatever reason, it's more prone to it. People don't know. People have done studies, actually, interesting as an aside, you don't need to know this. Cultures that have very low rates of prostate cancer, on autopsy, they look at the men, and they show little precancerous nodules all over the prostate gland. So that's where people think if men live long enough, there's pretty much almost 100% certainty of getting prostate cancer. So there's some interesting studies, yes. Does more cause a greater chance? Not necessarily. It depends on what the targets are inside the cell. Very good. This is more cancer biology, but it's a very good question. Okay? So, and then what we talked about before, I want to put these steroids up here, which we'll get to in a second. In men, obviously, you have to have an erection for this to happen, or it's usually one way of going here. And what you have is cyclic GMP. It's produced by, we talked a little bit about this Monday, guanylate cyclase. And cyclic GMP gets produced. And what triggers the guanylate cyclase is nitric oxide. So it's a gas that has a hormone-like effect on guanylate cyclase. And then the cyclic GMP causes muscle relaxation and also arterial or vasodilation. And this is really the underlying mechanism of the erection, obviously with nerve impulses going in. And as we talked about how you extend cyclic GMP, there's an enzyme phosphodiesterase that we talked about. Gives you 5' GMP. So to extend cyclic GMP, they can give people a med called Viagra that we talked about, which inhibits the phosphodiesterase. You keep cyclic GMP around longer. That's how it works. Okay? So again, nitric oxide is a gas, stimulates through several parts of the pathway, guanylate cyclase, kicks on cyclic GMP. Okay? It's another version of a sort of a variation of saying, let's just say no, right?
Where does the nitric oxide come from?
Oh, it comes from the cells in this whole system here. Don't need to know where it comes from. Okay, there's nerve impulses also play a role. Okay, any questions? So, spermatogenesis is constant. What does constant mean? Negative feedback. And the negative feedback in males has a lot of some similarities to females. So you have the hypothalamus. Yes? Which one? One of the arrows, this one right here? I always use arrows. Yeah. Yes. Not sure of that answer in this context. Okay, again, a lot of this is nerve-driven. So that's probably what's going on. Okay? So you have the hypothalamus. Remember we had the stress negative feedback system, right? Well, it's a very similar one in the sense the hypothalamus produces a hormone called GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, which has receptors in the anterior pituitary. These receptors happen to be just like glucagon, a 7-pass transmembrane receptor. I'll just put it out here. Just remind you guys that there's lots of different receptors worked by this mechanism. Produces several different hormones, but the two to remember for males is LH, or luteinizing hormone, and FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone. And from the names, luteinizing hormone, follicle-stimulating hormones, clearly males don't have follicles in the ovary, right? These hormones were discovered in females first. They found the exact same hormones in males, so they kept the exact same names. So you have follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH. And these guys have different targets. LH rather, has receptors in Leydig cells. Again, these are the 7-pass transmembrane receptors. And this stimulates the conversion of cholesterol into testosterone in the Leydig cell. FSH goes to the Sertoli cells. And this receptor is also a 7-pass transmembrane receptor. And this converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone. And I've left the names of the hormones over there. And it's dihydrotestosterone that goes into the spermatogenic cells. Stimulates the spermatogenic process. Not testosterone, but it's dihydrotestosterone. This goes across the basement membrane, testosterone. Okay? Now this is a negative feedback system. The testosterone gets produced and goes into the system. It has all these testosterone effects. But in addition, testosterone has a negative feedback on the anterior pituitary, as well as a negative feedback on the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus produces GnRH, which causes the production of LH and FSH, which causes the production of cholesterol to testosterone to dihydrotestosterone. When testosterone levels get too high, you pick on the negative feedback part of this, you drop down GnRH, LH, and FSH, what happens? Testosterone levels go down. When testosterone levels get too low, you release the negative part of this pathway, you make more GnRH, LH, and FSH, testosterone levels go up. So you maintain a constant level within a ceiling and a basement, so to speak, right? In a constant level. And that's what males do. They keep this constant level of spermatogenesis pretty much at all times. Everybody see that? The classic negative feedback system. Now, if you look at this feedback system, what might you add in very high concentrations to make a theoretical male contraceptive? Look for my really thick lines. Yeah, in theory, you can add a lot of testosterone and shut down the entire system in terms of reproduction, spermatogenesis. However, there's a lot of negative problems associated with extra testosterone. Everything from muscle development, you also have serious behavioral problems, and you have high risk of cancer, particularly testicular cancers. They found another theoretical male contraceptive. For whatever reason, testosterone plus progesterone mitigates a lot of the systemic effects of testosterone, but keeps this negative feedback going. And it's one of the other experimental male contraceptives that's out there. Again, there's nothing on the market at the moment. I'm sure there's several companies working on this as I speak. Okay? Does everybody see that? So it's a classic negative feedback system. Maintains constant levels. Questions? Yes?
So when testosterone is low, then
when testosterone is low, question: what happens when testosterone is low? You don't have this negative part of the negative feedback. You make more GnRH, release the inhibition of GnRH, release the inhibition of LH and FSH, and then you make more testosterone. Note that it comes from cholesterol. Yes? Well, this whole thing is a regular pathway. It's like one big negative feedback system, just like the stress pathway. Except the target is not the adrenal cortex. The target is the testes, okay, or the seminiferous tubules of the testes. Okay? This is what's going on. Males want to be constant. The spermatogenic side of it. It goes both, the left side and right side. It's one big pathway. It's bifurcated. It goes both ways. You need both. If you don't have FSH, you don't have DHT production. You need both. Okay. Females, on the other hand, is oogenesis. Put this up here. Switching topics now to females. Female reproduction is oogenesis. And there's some very striking differences between this. In females, and for the gamete, the theoretical gamete is an ovum. Again, females do not make an ovum cell. Females make an ovum nucleus. But we're just going to call these eggs as a generic term, because we're not going to distinguish at the moment what they are. If you look at the number of eggs in a female, this is conception. This is when a female is born. The number of eggs comes way up to about roughly about 7 million eggs are there during fetal development. And a female is born with about 10 to the 6 eggs. And I'm purposely using the word egg here to be generic. And during puberty, females, on the average, over a million females, at puberty have left about 400,000 eggs. So unlike males who are constantly producing spermatozoa or gametes, females are more or less born with all the eggs they're going to need. And at puberty, they have 400,000. Okay? So as a result, and a lot of these eggs are either not, the vast majority are never used. Okay? A female generally produces a potential, after puberty, a potential ovum nucleus approximately every 28 days. So approximately 13 times a year. So if you multiply 13 times 50, I don't know what that number is, but it's not that big. It's about, 500, 600, 650, somewhere around there. That's roughly 650 eggs out of 400,000 are potentially used. So females have more than enough eggs that they need over a lifetime. Okay? Secondly, there's very long resting periods. A female can be born in a puberty, have a particular egg, that then undergoes ovulation at the age of 50. So it's hanging around for 50 years before it's used. Males, on the other hand, you're talking 20 days or so, okay, from the time one produces these kinds of potential gametes. Okay? You also have unequal cytokinesis for females, which is division of the cytoplasm. Males, I've got to ask you a question. From one spermatogonia, thinking back to about 15 minutes ago, from one spermatogonia, how many spermatozoa do you end up making? 4, right? Because there's two divisions. Every spermatogonia gives you 4 spermatozoa. In females, for every one potential gamete, you get 1 ovum nucleus. And it's because you have unequal cytokinesis or unequal cell division, cytoplasmic division, which we'll get to. And finally, this process takes place in the follicles of the ovary, is where the oogenic cell originates. It doesn't end up there, but it definitely originates there. Okay? And in the females, I'll put this back up here. In the females, you have oogenic cells. Like males have spermatogenic, females have oogenic cells. But you also have accessory cells in the female. And in the accessory cells, you have theca cells, whose role is to convert cholesterol into testosterone. But then you have granulosa cells, put this over here, granulosa cells, whose role is to convert testosterone to an enzyme called aromatase into estrogen. Okay, so two very important points here. Females, for every molecule of estrogen that is made in a female, you need a molecule of testosterone. So to say that testosterone is strictly the male steroid is incorrect. Males respond to testosterone, but all females make testosterone. Note the similarities. Fecal cells convert cholesterol into testosterone, right? What do Leydig cells in males do? Convert cholesterol into testosterone. Essentially the same reaction. And then granulosa cells have aromatase. Let me just write this enzyme up here. As a single substrate, converts testosterone into estrogen. And this is in the granulosa cells. It is also the source of new wave anti-breast cancer drugs. Some of the new drugs for estrogen-responsive breast cancer inhibits aromatase. So you inhibit the endogenous production of estrogen in a breast cancer patient, and it's been quite effective. So people can see that as an important feature of this. But the important thing is in males, it's a continuous process. Females, which we'll talk about on Friday, is not a continuous process. And females do not make a natural gamete cell. They make a gamete nucleus. And we'll pick up the story, same time, same place, on Friday. Okay? All right. So again, office hours Thursday, 2:10 to 3, and I'll definitely also handle questions by email as you have them. Okay, have a good next several days.